one of your Lady J, and we have Key.
It's your girl Key. Hey, everybody!
Awesome. Y'all, we back, and we have our other girl, Lisa.
Yes, the birthday girl.
Listen. Today is Lisa's birthday. Woo! Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. She was gonna keep going. Okay. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Woo! Hallelujah. So listen, we had a nice little hiatus, break, siesta, whatever you want to call it. We had a time off. But although we were on our little break, we missed y'all. We missed y'all immensely. So we are excited for the upcoming season. And Victory Talk is back. And we have so much good, great, wow stuff to bring to you and share. And so we are just excited. So we are going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, it is hot topics at the round table. Hallelujah.
Yes.
And so our producer, Pastor Phil Lovey, y'all know he Lovey to me. So he suggested that we no longer call it just hot topics, but hot topics at the sister circle. At the round table. Did you say round table? What did you say? When you talk, don't be scared. You can talk.
I said sister circle.
The sister circle. Y'all know any other time he full of a whole lot of mouth in the background, but he was acting real shy. He been a little timid, but I've been working him today, y'all. I made him cut the grass. So we are considering changing hot topics a little bit. I don't know. What you think, Key?
I like it.
You like it? You like it, Lisa? So that means you're gonna be resident on hot topics at the sister circle.
I got you.
Okay.
All right.
You
Yes.
gotta speak up. You can't come on loud. I know you used to being behind the camera, because y'all know Lisa is our PR person. But every now and then we like to drag her along for the ride. And so we bring her in front of the camera. And she be a little timid and talking real soft until she get on the phone and we be having our sister talks. Then she got a whole lot to say. And she a whole lot loud. Or was she talking to them grandchildren?
Yes.
Did you spend a whole lot of time with the grandchildren
during the summer?
during the summer?
Yes. I really had a chance to enjoy each and every last one of them.
Oh my gosh. And I know the Key, I know we haven't started with the hot topics yet.
No, we're good.
So as we,
catch up.
because they're kind of like, leads us in, but yeah, let's catch up a little bit. So did you have a good time with the children? I know that you had to work and all that good jazz, but the kids were home
Yes.
a lot.
Yes. I mean, they've been home for 18 months, y'all. So, it's just really just was another day. But we tried to, get together with them and do a little bit of stuff once, the numbers started going down and, still masked up, but just tried to, get out and let them see something outside of the walls of the house. So we enjoyed it, and they knew that they were going back to school. So they were like, well, let's get our last little hoorahs in. So, yeah, it was good.
Oh wow. So that kind of takes us into our first topic. So y'all, let's talk about the summer. Does anybody else feel like it came and went so fast that it hardly felt like summer? Last year, we know that many of us didn't do much of anything due to the lockdowns and the COVID restrictions, but it just felt like this summer went just like that. So what are some of the things that you did over the summer this year? And did COVID continue to hold any of your plans as far as travel, functions, get-togethers? I know for us, y'all know Samuel turned, y'all know we had grandbabies during the COVID, praise God. Thank you to our wonderful children for giving us the ability and the privilege to be grandparents, where we can spoil them, love them, and send them home.
See, I don't know nothing about that life yet.
Let me tell you, that is the good life.
With mine.
That is the good life. We bring them over here. We sugar them up.
See, y'all terrible.
Send some sugar home.
Y'all terrible.
And send some sugar home. How about that? But Samuel turned a year old in August. Samuel turned a year old in August, and he is the youngest grandbaby. And we had to cancel his birthday party because we had, a nice little birthday party planned with, the swimming pool, and the children were going to come over and play outside. And he loves Elmo. Grandma was disappointed. Grandma was disappointed because she had Elmo the yard. She had Elmo life. Elmo's world was going to be here. And so we had to cancel his birthday party because, he got sick, not COVID related, but naturally, parents are concerned, and this new variant that's going around, it was just concerning. So, and like I said, he's a year old. And so we canceled the birthday party. Yeah. And so that was a little bit, that was quite disappointing for us. So what about y'all? Any plans got, eradicated, any changes? And if you're online, talk to us. Hey, Tina Turner, we see you. So what did y'all, what happened in your summer?
I don't think we really, I think towards the end of the summer, because as y'all know, the numbers started going down. So everybody was kind of like loosening up a little bit, feeling more comfortable about, doing the restaurant thing, the beach and all of that. And I tried to plan this big end of summer shindig thing. I was like, okay, well, maybe we could at least, go down Ocean City for a day or two, or, Sandy Point, just to get the kids out. And then all of a sudden, like right before, I want to say in the last like 2 weeks coming, I was watching something went from 0 point something to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And I'm like, oh man, you know what? Nope, not this year again. So hopefully around this time next year when, things are settled down and we'll be going into year 3, I think and hope that we'll be able to do something. Because I really want to do a family vacation.
I do too. Yeah. I felt really, really disappointed because I really wanted to get to the beach. I needed some, not just sun, but I really wanted some sand.
Yes.
I wanted some hot sand between my toes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm real cautious because, we have young grandchildren. Mm-hmm. And then, not everybody is practicing, social distancing. Not as everybody is, hand sanitizer. People are in the stores and out here in these streets, no mask, all willy-nilly. And I'm like, that's just not, I'm not feeling that. I'm so not feeling that. So what about you, Lisa?
We still social distance. We did a few things like we went to the park when there was no one else there, real early in the morning. We played out front in my area as the sun was going down. I blocked off, used the cars to block off the parking lot so that they could ride their bike and play outside. I still social distance because my dad is recovering cancer patient. So I don't want to take anything to him, but I still want to be actively involved in his life and allow him to see his great grandchildren. So we spent some time. We went to go see Graffiti Wall over in Baltimore, where they have this whole area. It's by North and Howard Street, and it's graffiti like all over the wall. It's very nicely done. Pictures like Billie Holiday and a few other people, and my father just insisted the grandchildren see it because they needed to see it. It's some cultural stuff. He wanted to share that with them. So we got together, picked him up, and then we went to go see that. We went to go feed ducks. Which they are so brave in throwing their little bread and popcorn at the ducks. And I'm like, please don't touch the ducks because I can't explain to your parents if you got bit by the duck. I just can't. But they were just so happy to feed them, had their little bread bags, and they were just ecstatic. So we did little things together, but not with other people. Mm-hmm. And then we just, kept our space.
Yeah. And so, it caused us, this pandemic is causing us to change the way we live. Yes. And not just on a temporary basis, but it's causing us to change the way we live day to day. And so I've noticed, our church, Victorious Living Faith, we are not back in the sanctuary, but we will be back in the sanctuary soon. So I'm so excited about that. And during this season of the pandemic, we've actually grown. We've grown, and so we've had to go into a bigger sanctuary. But I noticed that a lot of churches still haven't gone back into the sanctuary. A lot of churches are still having outdoor services. And so I'm curious to know, I'm curious to how, as the temperature is starting to change, because y'all know we are in September and we're on the deck. And you can feel the difference.
Oh yeah.
From when, a couple weeks ago when we was on the deck. And and so I'm curious to know that, what our church is going to do, how are they going to operate, how are they going to navigate going back into the sanctuary, when, the end of October comes, because, we still got to get through Indian summer.
Yes.
Because, we still get through Indian summer. But then after we get through Indian summer, by the time we get to Halloween, it's cold.
That's it.
It's cold. So just, wondering how that's going to take place. And then how are schools? Is that one of our topics tonight? I don't know.
No.
Okay, so
we can talk
how are
about
schools?
that.
So you have little people that have gone back to school.
Yes.
I know that Roman had started pre-K. But he's only going a couple hours.
Yeah.
But they have to be totally masked, and I've seen a couple shots, from other people where, oh my gosh, this broke my heart. This absolutely broke my heart. I've seen some pictures where the children were at lunch or snack time, and they had the little plastic balls built up, and they were in like a cubby. So they couldn't really socialize or talk to their, little, and we're talking what, a 3 or 4 year old, just going into school or whatever. And they just, listen, I was a social butterfly back in school. So seriously, I was one of those people I got in trouble for talking a lot, y'all.
Yeah, me
too. It's the reason why we doing this. So I got in trouble a lot for talking, even at work. Even at work, because Lisa and I worked together for 20-some years at Bayview. And even, our supervisor will come over. All right, ladies, you're talking a whole lot, ladies. All right, ladies. So I just think about the children, and they can't talk to one another. They can't talk to their little friends, and that's heartbreaking. Yes. Or lunch. We don't want them to share their food right now, but
they used to.
Back in the day.
You don't want that. Let's trade. Absolutely.
Yes. Dang. Anybody remember them old-fashioned grandma cookies that was in the pack with the yellow right?
Yes.
You get a pack of those with 2 of them here. We're gonna split the cost of that. You take one, I take one.
Yep. 2 different flavors.
Yes. So that is heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. But yeah.
I think at least for mine, they're really okay. I don't know how the littles are handling it, but I think the any of the ones maybe I want to say 5 to 6 or older, they're kind of used to it by now. They're used to, when you take them to the mall, to the grocery store, they gotta wear the masks and stuff like that. So mine are just so excited about being back in the building. Like, it's not even fun. Like, I asked them the first day, I'm like, how'd you guys feel about, having to wear the mask all day long? Because at home, they were at home, and I'm used to it because at work I have mine on. But I'm like, how are you guys doing, all day with the mask? And Kalia's like, I don't care. I'm just happy to be in school, So I'm thinking that the school's they have to have a plan in place, and I'm just hoping that they can at least make it through a quarter, before they're back home again, if that's to happen, because it's just everybody's just over it at this point,
Right. Well, we can't be too far over it because it's here.
It's here.
It's here. So,
Yeah.
you know, when you think about it, this is not leaving us.
Mm-mm.
Never.
I feel like it's our new norm,
Right.
like the flu.
Yeah.
Because we deal with that every year.
Mhm.
They do a booster every year.
Yeah.
Because the strain keeps changing every year.
Yeah.
And so for us, COVID is changing a lot quicker than the flu.
Right.
But I believe that we're going to be getting boosters every year to prevent this situation from getting worse.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes. Moving on. So our first question of the night, or our second question rather, for discussion is, and y'all, first of all, for those of y'all who are tuning in for the first time, our hot topics, y'all, we try to keep it hot, we try to keep it juicy, we try to keep it clean, but we talk about, you know, things that are relevant, whether it's news, politics, entertainment, sports, everywhere in between, you know, just to kind of cover all bases and just, you know, have some sister talk about what's going on out here in
That's
these
why
streets.
I told you the hot topics was your baby.
Yes, that's my baby. Y'all know this is my favorite. I'm high energy all the time, but when it's time for hot topics, I'm like, woo! Yes. So we're gonna talk about, I want to call it, well, no, I don't want to call it that. I'm going to say that a mom was asked to leave the gym due to her workout clothes, and she was embarrassed. So I don't know if you guys heard about this story, but Rodriguez is a 26-year-old TikToker and mom of one who recently shared a painful experience where she was fat shamed. That's what I was going to call it, but I wasn't sure if they called it that in the article. I definitely don't want to be offensive because Sister Girl was already offended and hurt. She was fat shamed and asked to leave a gym for her belly in a sports bra. So, heartbreaking video detailed her experience of being fat shamed, and she was thrown out of a gym for wearing a sports bra. She says the lady at the front desk, when she came in, you know, gently told her that they have a policy where you're not allowed to wear sports bras, and that basically you can't be showing your belly. So she then showed her shirt, which was a basic black sports bra that barely revealed an inch of her torso. So picture this with me, y'all. Y'all know how big an inch is. So she's saying it barely showed an inch. Okay, so that just lets you know that most of everything was covered. She was told that it's fine for this time. We're just letting you know for next time. So she said, okay, that's fine, and went on to do her workout. So then she explains about 15 minutes into her workout, the gym coordinator asked her to leave. Y'all, she broke down saying that she was so embarrassed, and everybody out there, do you think that if she was a fit person, would have gotten that reaction from the gym or that same treatment and being asked to leave? What you think, Lee?
I don't think they would have asked the physical to leave. I think that they would have allowed her to continue to work out for that day, and then, you know, I felt like that manager or whoever was in charge was very insensitive in the matter because she was already there. She had the band on, and she could have, you know, spoken because she represents the company. Mm-hmm. And for me, representing a company, if I say something to a patient, then it has to be honored by the company. It's right. You know, they don't get to change it because I spoke inappropriately. Right. And so it should have been the same thing with this young lady. And then to pull her off in the middle of her workout, you know, it's like in front of everybody that was there, you just practically just really throwing her out. Yeah. Like literally throwing her out. So
what frustrates me about this is that we are living in a society where physical fitness and, you know, self-care is being pushed. You know, I mean, it's being pushed. We do it, you know, we encourage it. We are living it ourselves. We're going through it ourselves. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get yourself motivated and get yourself out the door, up, dressed, out the door, prepare, daycare for your little one if you got a little one, drive, and then just the mental, motivation that you have to get yourself to go to work out, to go to work on your, physical, your mental, your emotional. And that just really, really, it bothers me because it just did something to her. She may never go back. You know what I'm saying? She might not get up off of the couch. So if you are listening and, if by chance, some way, tidbit, our broadcast is falling into your laps, sister, we encourage you, don't be discouraged, Shelby. Don't be discouraged. Pastor Phil preached a sermon a couple years back. Who cares what a hater got to say? Right. Who cares what them haters got to say? Right. Girlfriend, if you got to go outside your house in your little sports bra to get your exercise and do whatever you got to do what you got to do for yourself. Yeah. Don't care what they say, because believe you me, if she had been a size 2 or size 4,
and that was my question,
they would not have been discriminated against. And you weren't discriminated against. We're not supposed to be discriminated against, for our size, our color. She could have been black, Rodriguez. I'll imagine she's not a black woman, but white, pink, whatever she is. Yeah. It could have been anything else. And so just to her and anybody else, don't be discouraged, because it's hard enough. It is hard enough. Yeah. But we encourage you just to, keep pushing, push past that pain. I won't tell y'all that's my new book coming up. But push past that pain, sister. You can do this. You can do this. And I'm rooting for you.
And just one more thing, to chime in before we move on to the next thing with that. I just really feel like that's why a lot of the plus size women, are doing the most right now, I'm gonna say, because I don't know if you guys remember Lizzo and her attire and stuff that she wears out. And like, on one hand, I get it, you know what I'm saying, because she's trying to show people that, hey, I'm big, I'm beautiful, I'm plus size, I can wear what I want to wear and feel good about it. And I'm really glad that we have people that can represent, because this is ridiculous. Here you are in the gym, and like you said, if it was a thin woman walking around with her little tight stuff on, they'd have been so busy gawking at her, then wouldn't nobody have had time to tell her anything. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop with the double standard about stuff and what is not as aesthetically pleasing to the next person, because if she was thin as a beanpole, y'all wouldn't have had nothing to say. You'd have been ghost sis, rooting her on. So no, we got to stop that.
Even though if that was the policy, that was the policy or whatever for that establishment. Understandable. That's the policy for that establishment. But let her finish her day. She was there.
Yeah, and I think that is what upset her the most, is that they waited until, she got in the middle of it. Yeah, and then, asked her. So not only does she feel bad about herself now, but she's embarrassed, because I'm sure that they didn't pull her to the side and say this. They probably walked right over to her on the equipment that she was using in front of everybody and made sure that she looked like, come on now.
That's a blow to her self-esteem.
Yeah.
But she has followers, so I'm hoping that she continue working, that she's comfortable in her skin. She's beautiful. She's loved, because when you follow someone and you're concerned or interested in what they're doing, that's out of love. Right. So you have people rooting for you. You have this. And we just wish you the best.
Yes.
You got this.
Yes. You got this, girl. Yes. All right, y'all, moving on. So let's talk about a few new laws that are going to take effect over the summer. So let's talk about a few that are affecting Maryland. COVID-19 restrictions, all emergency mandates and restrictions related to COVID-19 ended in Maryland on July the 1st. Masks will no longer be required anywhere under state law, including in schools, child care facilities, or summer camps. Businesses, workplaces, though they can still set their own policies on face coverings. As of August the 26th, the Maryland Department of Education approved a rule requiring students and staff to wear masks to school, wear masks in school. Although it's not law, Maryland says they got to wear masks. Okay. So what does everyone think about this?
So y'all know I always got a lot to say, but I got a lot to say about this. You know, as a mom, as grandmas, as whatever it is that we are with these littles, these people are cray cray. Y'all hear me now. They are doing the most. They are on the news. They are protesting. They got these groups on Facebook acting an absolute fool, talking about, our amendment rights and our children are holding up signs, I can't breathe. Like, I felt like it was a mock to the George Floyd thing. Oh, when I saw that, I was hot. I'm like, really, y'all really gonna try to capitalize and like go that way? Okay, so y'all know I be getting heated about this kind of stuff. Right. But I'm just saying, you know, it's different to me. Forcing somebody, they didn't say, okay, all the children it's mandatory that they get vaccines. They just said wear the mask. Now I understand in certain, you know, situations where children might have respiratory, they might have health issues, you know, something that prevents them from doing it. But these people are really, I mean, I know y'all seen them all on the news. I mean, they acting like somebody told them, you know, to go sit in a cell somewhere and like not eat, not drink, not do nothing.
Right.
I'm like, I'm all for it. And vaccinated, non-vaccinated, I'm all for it because as y'all can see, when they first came out, you know, with the vaccines, and they said, and not to get too far left, but, you know, they said, okay, when you get vaccinated, then, you know, you probably won't catch COVID. Then it went to, you might catch COVID, but it won't be so bad. Then it went to, you know, the unvaccinated didn't have to wear a mask, back to they should wear a mask. This thing has been all over the place. Yes. And I get it because they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What is the big deal?
Yeah.
Like, I just really feel like when people, it's almost like you say left, I say right. I say up, you say down. I say black, you say white. Just for argument's sake, like, what are y'all really fussing about? Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like I want my grandchildren to wear masks in school. If we're outside moving about, whatever, and you know, and we're at a reasonably safe distance or whatever, but and we don't have on masks. But you know, I feel like that when I go into stores, I will put my mask on. I'm still driving with my mask hanging in my car. I got them in my purse. When we leave the house, I'm like, babe, you got a mask? You need a mask. If you got to pump gas, you need a mask.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so I feel as though that for my own protection, and I know for my own protection, I've got vaccinated. I'm good. But at the same time, I'm intelligent enough to know that the vaccine is not 100%.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Is not 100%. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated, but what I am saying is, you know, do what you feel as though is best for you and your family.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you still go to places and you don't know people, you don't know where they've been, you don't know who they've been in contact with, I encourage you, wear your mask. You know, it's COVID out here in these streets.
Yes.
COVID out here in these streets.
Yes.
And COVID is no respective person. It does not care who you are.
Yeah.
Don't care how old you are. Don't care what your status is in life. Don't care what you do, how many degrees you got, how much money you make, what positions you hold. It doesn't care nothing about you.
Yes.
So I think that, and this is just, you know, Ladies J's opinion.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion. You know, everybody got an opinion.
Yes.
This is my opinion. I say you ought to wear that mask,
Yep.
whether it's law or not. Protect yourself
and others.
and others. Yes.
Because there are a lot of vaccinated individuals who have just as much COVID virus in their nose
Mhm.
as an unvaccinated person. And if you want to just be considerate of the next person, you don't want to give it to the next
Right.
person if you don't
Yeah.
want to.
Because you could be a carrier and not even know you're a
Oh,
carrier.
And there are
absolutely.
so
Look,
many
There are
carriers.
so
They're
many.
like the younger generation, 25 and under,
Yeah.
are asymptomatic. So
Absolutely.
they're walking
They
around.
walking
So
around
we
and
just
don't even know
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them were asymptomatic before, but now this Delta variant is taking out. If you look at the age group that it's affecting now
Mhm.
on a widespread, it's affecting the younger generation. It is
Yeah.
not just the seniors or the seasoned people anymore.
Yeah.
It is not. So
And before we move on to the next question there, I just want to say, hey, Sunshine. Sunshine is tuning in. She's on YouTube. She said, hey, ladies, I think it's really bizarre and the virus definitely hasn't gone anywhere. And we agree with you, Sunshine.
It's
we hear
not
you,
going.
sis.
It's not going. Y'all, let's talk about the compensation for people wrongly imprisoned.
Mm. Mm.
Whoa. A state mandate system will compensate people who were wrongly convicted and imprisoned starting July the 1st. Starting July the 1st, the Walter Lomax Act is named after a man who spent nearly 40 years in prison on a wrongful murder conviction.
Mm.
No amount of money will be able to compensate us for what we've been through, Lomax told the Washington Post. But what it really does, it is an acknowledgement that something was done and it was done unjustly. What does everybody think about this? What do you think?
Mm.
But I think they should pay. I really do.
Yeah.
But I also think that they need to do a better job at their service.
Yeah.
Like, do you really have the facts? I mean, are you missing something? Because history has proven how a witness didn't show up,
Mhm.
to a chemist didn't show up,
Mhm.
or some stuff was planted. He looked like the person.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
so many different things play a factor, but we need to be definitely sure
Yeah.
as to the right evidence.
Mhm.
Is this the person? Not because the person can't tell you who they were with at the time that the alleged crime happened.
Yeah.
So, but I do think they need to be compensated. Like, if you wrongfully did something to me, I'm going to hit your pockets.
Right.
So why not hit the state pockets?
Right.
Make them pay. Because, I mean, there's no amount of money that can equate for the time lost.
Yeah.
But
do
it
something.
helps.
It
Yes,
does.
We can
it
drive
does.
something.
a
It does.
tear or
Something
two.
more than an apology.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you figure, if he has a family, his family suffered, his income was taken out of the household.
Or if he didn't get a chance to make a family.
Or if he
Yes.
didn't have a
Because
chance
at
to
40
make-
years,
40,
who knows
yeah.
how
I
old
was
he
I was a newly grandmother at 40.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I was
you know,
jealous.
he his life,
Yeah.
he missed out.
Yeah.
And then to spend so much time in the institution, you can't really connect to the outside world because look how much
Yes.
changed
See,
in
that's what I
5
was
years.
thinking about, too.
Yeah.
How do
So
you
40 years, man.
The whole world is different.
Yeah, that's a whole new
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
You
do you
expect to see
basically go?
flying cars and
Yes.
back in the day when the Jetsons came on and we thought that some
We would never see.
never
and
right, but
We're
now
close.
right.
Oh my
we're
God.
very close.
Thanks to Tesla. We're
Yes, yeah.
close.
not only that, but homeboy, your Amazon boy, just took his own spacecraft
Okay.
to outer space.
Okay.
So yeah, them Jetsons ain't too far away,
It's
y'all.
not too far away. So 40 years,
Yes.
that's more than a lifetime. There are people who don't even get to live 40 years. You know what I'm saying?
And then
Yes.
he lived in a dangerous situation
Yeah.
for 40 years.
Yeah.
Trying to
So
survive.
he might not have even made it out.
Yeah.
'Cause
He
we-
could have
yeah.
lost his life.
Yeah.
So yeah. Pay him.
Woo, pay him.
Pay him.
Pay
You
him
heard
what
it
you owe
here.
him.
All
Right.
three of us on the
You
same
owe him more than that.
page.
Yes.
Pay him.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right.
All right, before we move on, y'all just want to say, hey, Miss Victoria.
Miss Vicky.
We see you
Yes.
chiming in. She said, hey, beautiful lady. So, hey, boo.
So let me jump in there before we run on to our next question, because I know y'all see all our stuff.
and
Y'all see our new
watching too.
who's that?
Michonne.
Oh,
Michonne's on
hey,
Hi,
Michonne. So y'all see all our nice little victory talk, memorabilia here. We have our cups. Then we still have, listen, Key, hold that up. Key, hold that up. So we still have, I believe we have 2 mugs left.
Yes,
That's it, y'all.
That's it.
We have 2 of these big mugs left. We only have 1 left.
Yeah.
Oh, we only have 1? Okay, now,
Because I'm going to need one for my hot chocolate.
Lisa said we only got 1
So,
left.
correction, just
we
one.
only have 1
One.
left.
You
Yes.
better get on
You
it.
better get on it. So you want to get that mug, and that, but we have this mug here, and it says Victory Talk, and it also says Carpe Diem and Speak Life. So Carpe Diem, Speak Life. So you want to, bam. So you want to get your mugs, all right, and then we're not leaving out anything. And so over the summer, we have developed our lip gloss line as well as our lip scrub. And so you want to reach out to us, go to Victory Talk. Our email address, victorytalk@blfministries.org,
Yes.
so that you can get some of this stuff. And come on, Key, tell us about the book.
All right, y'all. So the book, for anyone who doesn't know, Lady J and I, along with multiple other beautiful women, have co-authored Mosaics Made from Beautifully Broken Pieces. It is a collaborative project that, we worked on, and it's just basically talking about the struggles that we, not only as women, but just as people, have just went through during our lives and been able, through the grace of God, to overcome, y'all. So if you, or if anybody else that out there, is going through something, has been through something, or you think may be going through something, our books are on sale. I believe right now, not on sale, they are out there for purchase. I believe they are $25 right now.
Yes.
They come in this beautiful packaging, y'all. And listen, some people do stuff for promo when it first comes out. If you get the book when it first came out, if you get it a year from now, you are still going to get the same thing that everybody else has gotten. It comes with a couple of nice surprises in the inside for you.
Yes.
It's wrapped nice and beautiful, and it's life-changing, y'all. Really, I'm not just saying it because we are a part of it, but it is really life-changing, and that is what it was intended to do, to help somebody get through. So if you would like to purchase a copy, we will drop in the comments. You can go to our Facebook page. It's out there at Victory Talk, and you can purchase your copy of Mosaics.
All right now. Okay.
All right.
Yes, there you go, sister girl.
All right, y'all. So we winding down. This hour goes by fast, y'all. So we gonna keep it rolling. They say when you're having a good time, it goes by real fast, right? All right, y'all. So on to a more serious topic.
Oh.
So a Missouri boy dies of a drug overdose during a sleepover, and 3 adults were arrested. A 13-year-old boy died of a drug overdose during a sleepover at a friend's house in eastern Missouri over the weekend, and 3 adults at the house were arrested. Police were called to a home in Washington around 9 a.m. on Sunday morning and found the boy dead in his 12-year-old friend's bedroom, the dispatch reported. The police reported that the 12-year-old, who they questioned, was showing signs of being under the influence of something even when they arrived, and he told investigators that he and his friend had been experimenting with drugs they found in the house. So after they secured a search warrant, they found various prescription and some illegal drugs in the house, including methamphetamine and capsules, which possibly contain heroin or fentanyl. Police said the 13-year-old was last seen awake by adults in the house around 11 p.m. on Saturday. And then the 12-year-old said that he and his friends stayed up until at least 1 a.m. playing video games. So we're talking about maybe an 8-hour window, y'all. Police arrested the 12-year-old boy's mother, stepfather, and another man who was renting a room in the basement of the home. So our question to you guys is, who do you think should be ultimately held responsible for this tragedy occurring? All three adults in the house, the person who the drugs actually belonged to, or even the minor child who failed to say anything? Oh, I know this one is heavy, y'all.
I wouldn't do the kid who failed to say anything, because children are children,
Mm-hmm.
and they were sneaking doing it. So to not, know or to know what to be expected.
Yeah.
But I would definitely hold all the adults accountable
Yeah.
for the situation, because they're being unsupervised.
Mhm.
You have invited some child into your home,
Yeah.
and you're not watching this child. You're not
Mhm.
really properly caring for this child. Like
Yeah.
this little boy's mother trusted you, and now her
Yeah.
child is gone.
Mm.
So that is really, really serious.
That's
I know, and as I was,
unnerving.
reading over it, I'm just like thinking in my mind, the very thing that popped up as I was reading this was C. That's why I don't allow my kids to have sleepovers at people's houses. It's really unfortunate that gone are the days, because I know when I was growing up, my parents, it seemed like a lot of kids that I knew were able to, do things like that. But my father was so strict. He was like, nope, they can come to our home and spend the night, but y'all can't go. And this was even back, in the 80s when my brother and I were coming up. But now, honey, my kids can barely play on the daggone front without. Kalia got upset with me today because her little neighborhood friends, it's a candy lady in the house. Y'all know the candy ladies from back in the day.
Yes.
I didn't even know they still existed. It's a candy lady in the neighborhood, but she lives on the other street. And I feel a little bad, and it tugs at my heartstrings because Kalia's like, can I go to Miss such and such? No, Kalia, you just wait for it. So she sat on the step and she moped and pouted until they came back. But I'm like, times are different.
Right.
I'm not letting y'all out of my eyesight. I'm saying you definitely can't spend the night at anybody's house.
Right.
And I was the same way with my son. He was not allowed. Like, you can come to my house.
Yes,
I don't care.
absolutely.
I'm
I know
accountable for my home.
Yes.
I don't know how you do things at your home. I can't see how you do things at your home.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So and I really think that all of the adults in the house should be held
Absolutely. I don't
accountable.
care who stuff
Definitely.
it was.
But I do feel as though that I don't know, the 12-year-old said that he and his friends stayed up until at least 1 a.m. He's 12, he or she, I'm not sure if this was a male or female, but he was 12 years old. The child was 12 years old, so he's old enough, he or she is old enough to know to say something.
Yeah.
They teach about drugs in school. Now, back in the day, I kind of felt like they was teaching too early. But now, no. I mean, you've got to teach these babies early from I hate to say almost from the cradle, but it's the reality. It's the society of which we are living in. So I think that there is some type of accountability, to the 12-year-old. I mean, I don't know about how much, but I don't know if it's a community service or talking to or what, but definitely the adults.
Yeah.
All of them.
And see, those were my thoughts too. And when I talked to my husband about it, he was kind of like, well, no, I don't think the kids, you know what I mean? I mean, the kid. And I was just kind of like, like you said, I mean, don't really throw the little boy in jail, but I'm just kind of like, you know right from wrong at this age.
Right.
Like, I feel like some type of accountability, but then again, I think about it and I'm just like, okay, he's got to deal with this and live with this for the rest of his life. So maybe that might be enough. You know what I mean? Like, your friend is
house,
gone.
So I would think that he doesn't. Like, he might do drugs. Like there are lots of middle
That
school
it could
kids.
be.
If you go smell them, they smell like marijuana.
Yeah.
Straight down.
Yeah, it could
So
be. So this might
it's
not have
such-
been his first time at the rodeo.
Yeah.
With that.
And I'm quite sure if you share with one friend, you probably share with another friend,
Right.
and you took it to school and
Right.
all this other stuff. So we have there's something, with him. He definitely needs some type of counseling to find out how deep his situation is.
Yes.
Agreed.
And I hope that this situation doesn't make him want to use more
Right.
to numb the pain of losing a friend.
Yeah, because that's
I didn't think
heavy.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the most average person that does get high is out of pain and depression.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it concerns me because this is something that they don't just grow up with the mindset, oh, I'm gonna do drugs. They seen it somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle that's being lived in front of them.
Yes.
So they seen that somewhere.
And it's not just TV.
No,
Yeah.
It's not
it's
just
not.
the movies,
Mm-mm.
but it's definitely.
And it had
you
to have
can
come
see
from
that.
somewhere.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It had to have come from somewhere. And I
And that was
definitely
a lot.
believe.
So that was definitely
Right.
an adult situation. They had a combination. Of
I mean
stuff.
that is a lot.
Yeah.
And I definitely believe that if the parent of the child that passed, that overdose, if the parent of that child had any inclination that her child was, doing drugs, had access, to drugs or whatever, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I don't believe they would have allowed their child to go.
Right. Right.
I mean, I wouldn't. I definitely listen. If I know that you dabbling in something, and I'm trying to get you help. I'm not trying to let you go hang out with your friends. I'm trying to get you help. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought on that. That's my thought on that. Okay, y'all. Okay, let's talk about
Wait.
Sha'Carri. What's that?
I was gonna say before you jump, we got like 12 minutes left. You might want to jump down to number 7 because number 7 is really good. Can you make us scroll down? We can skip over that one.
Ooh,
Yes, baby. We gotta get this one.
we
in.
gotta get this one in.
Yes.
Okay, all right, y'all. So we're gonna jump real quick as So let's talk about this, y'all. Newlyweds create $240 invoice to teach wedding no-shows RSVP etiquette.
Mm.
Wait a minute, hold the phone.
Okay.
Newlyweds create a $240 invoice to teach wedding no-shows RSVP etiquette. It's about integrity. Listen, I already got, as an event planner and as somebody who does weddings, I had mixed emotions about that, and I ain't even. Okay. The last minute cancellations from wedding guests often leave brides and grooms with cash burning, food wasted, and a whole lot more. Because it's not just the food, it's you pay for the space. Let me stay focused.
No,
here.
you can't.
No, I'm gonna go left.
I heard this story. This one gets a little bit more in detail.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
It's a destination wedding.
All right,
Okay.
y'all.
All right, let me keep reading. A newly married couple found a way to convey this fact with a gag invoice they shared with family and friends on social media. But they didn't realize their post would go viral and highlight a large RSVP issue. The couple said four guests and their plus ones were no call, no shows, although they agreed they would be in attendance each time. So they saw an opportunity where they could vent out their frustrations and teach a lesson about RSVP etiquette with a mock invoice. I personally think the invoice should have been mock. I feel like it should have been real. Let me keep moving. A reception meal for two cost them $240, which included appetizers, entrees, premium and a premium bar. And listen, y'all, just from an event planner, I'm gonna stick a pin in it right here. From an event planner point of view, it's not just the food and the bar. It is so much more. Okay.
Yes.
It's about integrity and being considerate, they explained. In my opinion, it's time for people to hold others accountable. While the invoice included a due date and a payment method, they aren't actually seeking money from the guests who failed to show. So the question is, the Simmons viral invoice post is still causing a stir on social media and has been shared by comedian D.L. Hughley. Y'all know he ain't right. And many others. Thousands have since chimed in on where they stand on RSVP etiquette. So what are your thoughts on the matter? Come on, y'all out there. Yes. So what's your thoughts on this? What's your thought on it, Key?
Like you said, I don't really feel like it should be a mock invoice, and this is actually like kind of a learning lesson for those out there, because as I was reading about this article, people were chiming in and saying, giving them ideas for when their wedding comes up.
Yeah.
These people RSVP'd and confirmed twice. And then just didn't show up. Now, unless somebody died,
4 times.
Came down with COVID. I mean, it had to really been something really big that happened to excuse the fact that you just did not show up last minute.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we as people sometimes are so inconsiderate, not only of people's money, but people's time. This was their special day. That could have been a spot that somebody else could have had.
Right.
Because, like you said, destination wedding, they're expensive.
Yeah.
You try to narrow it down because most of the time the bride and groom incur some cost, associate. They don't put, the entire cost on their guests. And here y'all go, like, having the nerve to not show up.
Right.
And my thing is,
y'all gonna pay for that.
I think they
pay me my money.
They knew they were not going to show up, because if you pay for your flight and your hotel,
wow,
at the destination,
because this was a destination wedding.
You pay for your flight and your hotel, you're going to show up,
right?
Unless you're feeling,
that's
sick.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So these people had no intentions of really going, and they should have said something to them to say, "Hey, we're not going to be able to make it."
Right.
So that way they can make.
Listen, this is not just about weddings. I mean, I feel like this is about events across the board, birthday parties. When you do, like right now, my sister is planning a Sweet 16 birthday party for my niece. Okay. And so this is a big thing for her. This is a child who before she turned a year old, she died 3 times. Okay, 16, that's a big deal. It's to be celebrated. And so my sister is going out and this is her only child. She never thought that she could have children.
This is going to be big.
This is going to be big. You know what I'm saying? It's a formal event. And so I can't even I'm not going to tell y'all what she's paying per plate or per, person or whatever. But if you're not going to come, just say you're not coming.
Tell me you're not
just say you're not coming. Just tell people, listen, and you don't have to give an explanation, but don't wait for the last minute. Don't RSVP. And these folks, you had to RSVP 4 times.
Yes, they actually did.
4
times.
Not
like they just ignored.
Wow.
Right.
And you chose the couples.
Right.
Right.
You chose your special people who wanted to be there for you.
Yeah.
So not only are you going to run me my money,
come on now,
but we might not be friends no more.
Definitely.
We might not be family members no more. Or we might not. If we neighbors, like, I'm coming out with tunnel vision. Don't talk to. At least give me some time, y'all, because I mean,
you're not.
I don't know that we're not going to be family.
You're
of
not
We not
friends.
gonna
But we gonna for real. It's
You
like,
go, all right.
You can't.
You're
come to
gonna
baby-
run me
the
my
baby
money.
shower.
right.
You're not going to play the games.
Look,
No.
I can't even address. I got to address y'all.
You're not getting nothing for your
Run
birthday.
me my money.
Oh my gosh, I would feel some kind of
What
way.
you say,
I mean,
future? You're banned for. What you say? You banned for future events?
Yes,
No
yes.
birthday
Like,
gifts for you.
no, right. We still family, and I still love you. But
I'll see
Yes.
you at someone else's event.
I see you at somebody else's event. I feel some kind of way about that.
I feel some
Just
type of way, and
had-
it wasn't even me. It's just
Right.
giving me flashbacks, to my special day.
Okay, all right.
All right,
now.
so we
getting
winded
carried away
it up,
with this
y'all.
one.
But Sunshine said those people should have contacted them that they're not coming. And I just want to, before we go, say, hey, Deandra. Y'all say, hey, Deandra. That's my poo. She's watching too. I love you and appreciate you so much for tuning in.
And James Anthony Spencer. Hey, bruh.
Yes.
I think who that coming on? Oh my gosh. Oh, we got a creeper in the side. But that's all right. We're not going to throw him on camera right now, but that's all right. But we are so excited that you guys joined in with us tonight. I can see we are losing light.
We've been lost light.
We've been
We might got
lost light.
rethink this table thing next time. Yeah.
Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have to bring some light to the back of us the next time. And so you know what, right now, Church Girl CEO Coach, she laying us out.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. Because as I'm looking at this on this, I'm like, oh wow, y'all can hear us though.
Y'all can hear us though. So what we gonna do as we close out? Come on, ladies, let's kind of get up and let's get closer into the camera.
Oh yeah.
And so we going. That's what we gonna do. So because we
a
know
little
that
impromptu.
Yes,
We got
impromptu.
enough light. Can you see us?
Come on over
see
here.
us.
Can you see us? So I am Lady J, and
It's your girl Key, and
I'm Lisa.
Lisa. And so we are excited that you joined in with us as Victory Talk is back. We are back, and so we are excited.
back.
We know that we have had our little break, but we are excited to be back with you guys. And so next week we have a special guest that is coming on, a young lady that is going to share her story. But you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. We are so excited about it. So we are looking forward to seeing you guys next week. We will be right back here. Well, we won't be back here on the deck, but we will be in our usual places virtually at 7 p.m. next week on Victory Talk. Okay, you got anything?
That's it. That's all we got, y'all. Until the next time, be safe and be blessed, y'all.
We love you.
We love y'all. Good night.